Hello again. Today I'd like to talk to you about change. AccuWeight Loss is a program that will change you. But change itself is a very dynamic and emotionally filled word. One of the things that I have discovered over the years is that many people are stuck in their ways. If you speak to them, they will tell you that they're not happy with what is happening at the time. And they will tell you, I really would like to change. You have a discussion. The discussion ends and life goes on. You come back sometime later and somehow or other the conversation about change comes up again, and you find that the person has not changed. Fear, anxiety, what will happen? I know what I have, but what will happen if I change? Will I still have what I have? What will be given to me? I look at many people who are in a group, and they come into the office not happy with their bodies, and we start AccuWeight Loss. And they report that there is resistance, negativity, attitude that they're given. And what I say to them is, don't react and respond. If you react and respond, all you're going to get is negative feedback. Because what people are expressing is personal and usually having nothing to do with you. But the change in your behavior changes the dynamic of the group. And when the dynamic of the group changes, other people become uncomfortable. And what they are talking about with regard to your change is the fear they have that their comfort or discomfort will have to change as well. Then there is the saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. The dynamic here is exactly the same, or at least a cousin to the same thing. We repeat our behaviors because we're comfortable with them. To change our behavior makes us uncomfortable. And one of the things that I've determined over the years is that the discomfort has to rise to a certain level before the person is willing to admit that what they are doing is not as good as staying where they are, but that change really needs to occur. The second thing I'd like to point out is what I've come to consider a law, and some people consider it a law as well. It's called the law of reciprocity. Put simply, the more you put in, the more you will get out. The harder you work at it, the easier it will get. But there is an interesting intermediary, and here's what it is. I've decided that I'm going to clean my office. I make a plan. I'm going to start here, I'm going to move here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I finally get to work. I take a break after a half hour, and I leave the room. And then I come back. Oh my gosh. Look at the mess that I've made. in cleaning the room and moving things around, I made a bigger mess. I was totally disorganized before, but I wasn't messy. Now I'm not only disorganized, but there's a mess all over the place. The problem? I didn't finish. I'm in the middle. And if I put in the time, the effort, the energy, follow the plan that I made for myself, which is a form of change, because I laid it out so that I could understand it and not fall back to my old habits. A half hour later, an hour later, I'm finished. If I walk out of the room and come back in again, I look around and my efforts have been rewarded. It's the same with us and losing weight. It's a journey. On some levels, we were a mess. How we acted, how we behaved, how we handled food. Weight loss gives us the structure. The willingness to change and the belief that you can change makes all the difference. Think of something in your life that you weren't able to do. And then for some reason or other, you were able to do it. The following day, because you were able to do it, you tried it again. But you were, this time, unable. So you went from unable to able to unable. Lesson: if you could do it, you still will be able to do it. Let's face our fears. Let's face our fear of change. Let's give ourselves a pat on the back when we do succeed. And remember, the harder I work at it, the more I'm going to enjoy it. Talk to you soon. Take care.